Hey guys, I'm doing a quick get ready with me. I got 5 minutes. So I already put my sunscreen on every single day, guys, every single day, okay? And oof, I'm in a little bit of pain because I went to um, Shereene Idriss, the doctor, cosmetic dermatologist, and she did some filler. There's different kinds. I heard that like there's a certain type for volume, and there's another one for, I forgot, lift. One for volume, one for lift. I think there's two slightly different kinds of filler that you can do. And she comes and she looks at your face, takes pictures, whatever, and then comes in and looks, makes you smile, makes you frown, and then decides what she wants to focus on based on a budget that you provide, right? So you can tell them how much you want to spend, and she will prioritize what to do for that. So what I spent was it was like 2200, 2100 for this area. She did volume here and here. So those were her areas of focus. And then when I walked out the door, I paid 26 because I bought an eye cream and some hydrochloricone. I don't know how you pronounce it. HQ 6%. So I do have a little bit of bruising. I don't know if I mentioned that. So I'm just kind of being very delicate. I was told I could do regular makeup the next day, so I'm doing it. And when I do regular makeup, it's just a little bit of foundation, like ever so slightly, which I don't think this one, I'm not sure if this one has SPF, but some foundation already comes with that. So yeah, so that's that. I gotta say, I'm really loving this Deer palette. It's been awesome. And when I talk about like a really nice filtered look on the face, I honestly think more so than the foundation, it's coming from the setting powder here. So I do have a little bit of bronzer. Let me just go over here. Oops, not here. And this, like I mentioned in a previous video, is where the money needs to go. If I have money to spend on something, on a luxury for myself, it's gonna be for my face. It's gonna be for my health, for my general like visual, like I want to take care of my face, I want to take care of my teeth, I want to take care of my body. That's really kind of my focus, and I also want to take care of my mind and my well-being. So I'll spend it on vacations, and I want to spend it on my daughter. So money is going for her tuition for school. So those are my three big spending areas. Like, if you're gonna ask me where the majority of my extra money goes, those are the three things. And yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that decision. I think it's a good decision for me not to spend hard-earned money on really materialistic things. I'm more into, investments in myself and in my daughter that are gonna give me satisfaction long-term, emotionally and mentally, and an investment in my old age. It was something I wanted to mention, that I was watching this new YouTuber. She's really small. I think she only has 13 subscribers. And I remember when I was there, I wasn't even being very serious about YouTube. I didn't start getting serious about YouTube until I hit maybe 40 subscribers, 50 subscribers. Then I started making videos more regularly because I was just like, wow, this is fun, and I like to see the numbers go up. It had nothing to do with making money or making a business. It was fun, and I felt like it was a challenge to get people interested. But I always made it clear that this is just for my daughter and this is for my own entertainment. So yeah. So anyway, so there's this young lady who is doing kind of like a podcast like. So she's sitting just in front of a mic, just talking about this coach drop drama stuff with the denim and the resellers out there. And I had no idea this world existed. In fact, I think it sort of exists in the retail space of Coach, because if you remember when I bought the Coach Crystal Tabby, it ran out. I actually got the last one at the Macy's nearby. I spent $620 on it. And it was like completely sold out. And then I was looking on the resale market just to see, oh, you know, I wonder what these bags would be worth if I decided to sell it, with no intention of being a reseller. Like, that wasn't the idea. I was just curious. And I found that they were like selling for like $1,300, $1,400, $1,800. I think the lowest price I saw was $900. And I was like, what? Did I just buy an investment bag? No, this is like a false investment. It's just around a hype, and eventually it will go down. I don't know that they're restocking this one like they did do with the outlet stuff. Oh, I forgot. Let me do this part first. So, you know, with the outlet, you know, it's so cheap. And when I say so cheap, I mean comparatively, right? That you have people go and just buy the entire drop and then resell it at a marked up price. And this is the reselling. You can't really do that with luxury items. It's just too expensive to do that. But Coach outlet, and I would argue maybe even retail Coach, people are doing that, especially for very limited. Now, the powder pink may come back, but I don't think Coach Crystal Tabby will come back, at least not for a while. So that, I can see the markup. I can understand that a little bit more. But this was something she said about why she fell for the hype, and she glad it didn't work out, and then she ended up getting it directly from Coach later because they redropped it or whatever. Oh, I didn't put the setting powder. But she said searching on Mercari or Depop or all these other like people selling resites takes so much time and effort, and she doesn't want to do that. She'd rather just go to Coach and wait for the drop, and trying to look for a deal, dealing with these people, having weird things happen is such a waste of time. And that sparked an idea, like, you know, I talk about like what's luxury and what do you want to invest your time and your money in. I want to also throw in like investing your time. Time is a luxury. So if I don't have to spend hours searching for something I want, that's a luxury. And that is something that, you know, I consider when shopping for this stuff. So like I think I mentioned in a previous thing about like, I don't mind spending the time as long as I don't spend the money. But that's the trade-off for not buying. If I'm going to buy and purchase something, unless I find it fun, I don't want the activity to be all about just, you know, being stressed about finding the best deal. That's why I go to, you know, another route, right? I'm not interested in playing this online look for the vintage and being the first one and then hearting something like on Real or whatever. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of time and effort. And I find that if I go on Vestiaire Collective or Real or Fashion File, that is a timing game. And I find that going that route and buying actual vintage luxury or luxury like that is a risk for me, and I need to avoid it completely. Like, because if you like something and you don't get it, you wait for a good deal. You know, I'm looking for like low prices for some of this stuff, and then they'll sell, and then that will be it, and you may or may not ever see it again. If you go to these alternate routes, that bag is always going to be there. They're always going to sell it, or some other seller is going to sell it. So I find those places safe to go and peruse, because I can just look, I can clip it out and save it. and I can decide to buy that Chanel 19 bag, that tweed Chanel 19 bag I've been looking at for over a year and a half. I can say, okay, well, maybe I'll buy it next year. I feel safe that it's always going to be there, and that makes me feel good about like not spending my money when I don't have to. This kind of like scarcity mindset is part of the issue. And so I don't want to, again, play that game where I'm worrying about that and then I end up spending money I don't want to. I think that's also a part of luxury that I consider for my life. It is a luxury to not have to worry about these things. And so again, I'm going to put that into the price of what I'm spending or looking at. So yeah, I thought that was an interesting idea that she brought up. And so I'm going to explore that idea. I want to make a list of all the things that I don't want to have to worry about. And I kind of mentioned some of them before, like the insurance you have to pay for all these luxury bags, the tax on it, the stress of wearing it and trying not to ruin it. Like all of these are luxuries, right? Avoiding these things are luxuries. So I kind of see things from that perspective. Not sure a lot of people do, or maybe they don't realize they see it that way, or maybe that's something they should consider. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to head out and I hope you have a great day. Bye.